ideal community member, Bill Craw. Thanks, guys. Now I'm going to tell you some of the wonderful stuff that he does. Sorry if I misled you a little bit. Bill's the kind of guy that made America great. He's a small business owner and a family man who remains invested in his hometown, a third-generation Redlander. By supporting its youth and their education, he's the kind of guy you hope moves in next door or across the street. Fortunately, we can all call him our neighbor because he's right downtown on State Street. He went to McKinley School in the 60s, where Miss Clara May Clam was his 4th grade teacher. And she couldn't stay away today. She's here with us. Thank you for coming. Miss Clem quips, Bill was always a lot of fun. If there was a group of kids on the playground, he was right in the center of it. Early on, it was clear that Bill was a leader and that he played well with others. He knew how to get people working together and having a good time. Though he wasn't 10 years old yet, Miss Clem could see his leadership ability, and there on the playground, as well as his budding sense of humor. Optimist President David Dangermond said that he's known Bill since he was Billy, and that Jimmy Stewart would need a touch of Jonathan Winters to be more like Bill. David went on to say that he and Billy met at church, where they sang in church choir and attended camp together. He's a great guy. He's generous, and he lets people use his restaurant to come and have a nice pizza dinner and raise money for the kids. Bill, the pizza shop owner formerly known as Billy, and David Dangermond still attend church together, though they are no longer in the same building on the Lord's Corner, where they started out together. They both married the girls of their dreams. Both girls are named Patty. It seems the Patties, as they are called, were both from another church, and the girls won. Bill finished his education right here in Redlands. You may have noticed the portrait of the guy on the back wall. That is the 1971 high school graduation picture of Bill Craw. Redlands High School, courtesy of Lori. Thank you very much, Lori, our superintendent. Bill went to Cope and Redlands High School, where his passion was the theater and drama. Years later, his showmanship, along with his love for fun and games, would lend itself to the Y Circus when he became ringmaster. Following his mother's lead in 1949, Bill was a second-generation high school graduate in 71. Next, he was the first class to attend the brand-new Crafton Hills College that very same year when it opened in the fall. Bill later moved to the coast in Northern California, where he worked in a French restaurant, as well as a Y Camp kitchen. The die was cast. Later, he came back home to Redlands, where he met his bride of 40 years, Patty. It went something like this. Patty was working at the YMCA with Camp Edwards. Bill's creativity, business sense, easygoing disposition, and his kitchen skills were all things the camp and Patty needed. Plus, he could fix things, Patty said. Bill became camp director, and the Cross spent the next 18 years living there. Camp Edwards is legendary here in Redlands, and Bill's time there enhanced the legend. It was a magical time for many families in town. Miss Clem says that 12.5 years or so after he left her 4th grade class, Bill crossed her path again at the YMCA, where she served on the Y board. She reflects fondly on the change the camp underwent after Bill moved there. She says, "It was like it had never been before after Bill got there. It was like a resort, and families came together there more. He really built it up and made it special." She comments, "Bill got a whole new group of people supporting the Y, and many of those people are still supporting the Y. He made it better, so much better, and we had such fun." Miss Clem said she adores Bill, and one of the things that makes him adorable is his sense of humor. She made sure that I told you that. Bill and Patty's 2 children, son Donald and daughter Hillary, grew up at Camp Edwards. Donald was just weeks old when Bill and Patty moved up there. Hillary came along a couple of years later. Bill doesn't do community service in his spare time. Bill lives community service. A few of the things that Bill was doing in addition to running Camp Edwards include he was an RHS drama dad, an RHS choir dad, a JAAF team parent, baseball for youth assistant coach, YMCA youth sports coach, and circus ringmaster. The Craw family embraces education. Donald and Hillary are both graduates of Cal State San Luis Obispo. Wife Patty's still teaching at Orangewood High School. Daughter Hillary, formerly a counselor at RHS, is now a counselor at the University of Redlands. Donald's is partnered with his dad, and they're successful and revered pizza restaurants. Restaurant was a lifelong dream of Bill's. In 1999, his dream came true when he opened his first iconic gourmet pizza shop. I actually remember that. It was a big buzz at the water cooler. Because of his years in nonprofit work and with the youth in Redlands, he knew the importance of community service, but he calls it involvement. He maintains his involvement through supporting fundraising efforts for just about every youth organization or education-oriented organization in town, including, here comes the list, the Redlands Council PTA scholarship fundraiser, yearbook ads at all the schools, the school papers, the sports programs, the vocal music and drama groups at most of the schools,